And we talked about, remember the ACE agent or the ACE prospector, the ACE conversationalist. And I want you to write ACE because you need to learn these three areas really well. We'll talk more about it this month. But to be an ACE salesperson, ACE prospector, you got to know about the A stands for approach. So watch, the A stands for, this one right here stands for this. This is going to be the approach that you have with people. We're going to talk about the consultative approach, the approach that they feel that they're making the decision. You're not shoving things down their throat. The C stands for conversation. Okay, it's the whole technique of the conversation, how you're speaking to someone, how you're pausing, how the type of questions you're asking people. Okay, and then the last section here in the ACE prospecting is also, or approach, is going to be the end result. When you're making a phone call or you're approaching someone on a situation in sales, you've got to determine what is my end result. Some of you don't even know where you're going in a conversation, or where are we going to end up? Where would I like to end up in the conversation? Them signing something, them understanding what I'm doing and what the negotiation should look like, them accepting me to come by to do a preview, a listing appointment, or having a buyer consultation from this, or a follow-up. What is the end result? That has to be in your mind prior to just making contact with someone. Very important. So in this ACE approach, we're going to sit down most of this month on our Mondays and Fridays is discuss how we break this thing down, because it's extremely important. We're playing chess, not checkers. Your approach should always be, the concept is that you lean back, they come towards you. You push too hard, they run away from you. We're going to stay within the 5 and the 0, the 5 and 1 on the fight or flight scale. You're going to ask more questions. So your approach is also to determine personality style right off the bat. And some of you know it really well, but you're not quick enough on a reflexive place, that your reflex is, oh, this is a driver. I've got to say things like, what are your thoughts on that, Mr. Seller or Mr. Buyer? What are your thoughts on that last house we saw? Versus an amiable, how do you feel about that house we saw? Did you like it? Wasn't it cute? That's an amiable approach, right? Or the expressives, right? The expressive. Did you like it? What did you think? Was it on a scale of 1 to 10? What, you could change up, man. You're going, and it's almost like some lady says to me one time when I was teaching, she goes, that seems like you're just not authentic. And I went, this lady must not sell a lot. I can tell you right now, she doesn't sell a lot. Because if she said to me, I'm not authentic, it is someone that does not know how to sell professionally. Because it's not that we're not wanting to be authentic. We really would like for them just to open up, and we're trying to be them to a certain regard so that they open up with us. So as we're coming into a market that has 2 or 3 or 4 interest rate changes, these things are going to start to come up. Like, I want to wait. I'll wait till the spring market has more stuff for me to pick from. Yeah, at higher prices. And what if the rates go up and prices still remain high? It's going to really affect a whole lot of people. They're going to be buying in other markets they didn't want to buy. And home ownership is really the last bastion of protection you have in earning. If you don't have a business, you better have a house, because you can't write off anything unless they take that away from us. And that's another story in itself. So people are going to want to wait. They become very fickle. They're looking for the right house. They want to do it themselves, right? All the stuff that we've always heard. But your ability to approach these people in a way that they hear you, remember the 4 steps. We'll be practicing this. Number 1, always agree. Massively. Okay. And agreeing massively means, and you guys have been training with me for years, but you got to hear this, man. I've heard things hundreds of times and I still screw up. Watch. I completely understand how you feel. I understand exactly what you're saying. So when you agree massively with someone, you bridge it with the word because, right? So you do something in the front here that goes, I completely understand what you're saying about whatever that issue is, because, and then you bridge it with because. In other words, you're saying because of whatever they're feeling. So I'll give you an example. I completely understand you wanting to wait till after the first of the year to go ahead and look for a home, because, you're probably saying, spring's going to be coming and you're going to have more selection. I understand that. So, but that one step in the way I said that, what does that do with that person? How does that set me up with that person? Anybody?
Creating rapport.
Creating rapport. I'm being empathetic.
Trust.
Right. So you're going to, whatever the objection is, you're going to say the objection. I completely understand you, whatever the objection is. And then you're going to reiterate what you think that issue is. And then you bridge it with the word because, right? So it's this, and then it's this up front. You go over, and then you're going to explain it because you're feeling that waiting at the end of the year is at spring is going to give you a better selection to find that right house. I understand that. Now watch, I've set it up where I'm keeping them below that meter that it goes into fight or flight. I kept it down into the 5 down to 1. So now they're open to hear from me. Now I'm starting as you remind me of, Joe, upstream and downstream. We have set up the relationship right in the beginning so that we can now convince them of the right thing to do. So then the second step is can I explain? Don't go but for some reason, but let me tell you why you're wrong. Listen, it doesn't work at home. It ain't going to work for you in sales. So then we can think about it. So now the next step is, watch, the next step is, can I explain why whatever that objection is can actually, and in real estate, it's going to be time or money. So just don't even worry about thinking about anything else. Just you're going to bring something about time or money. Can I explain why whatever that objection is can actually cost you time and money? Okay.